It's another busy day in business. The markets are reacting to Canada's cannabis bill passing. Joining us with more information on this is Hayley Woodin with Business in Vancouver. Hayley, how are investors reacting to this development in the marijuana bill?
This is good news for investors and those in the industry. The bill has finally passed the Senate, making Canada the second country in the world to now legalize marijuana and the first country in the G7. So it's big news. Looking at some of the details of the act, I wouldn't call them sticking points, but there were some elements where it was unclear what was going to happen in the end. One of those big ones was whether personal cultivation would be allowed and the extent to which provinces would be able to change that. We now know that people at home will be able to grow 4 plants and provinces won't be able to intervene. We also know that companies will be allowed to put their branding on promotional items like t-shirts and ball caps. That was something that companies in the industry were really advocating for. So going ahead, it's now going to be adjusting to the fact that in 8 to 12 weeks or so, we're likely to see legalization here in Canada. Next step, we'll be looking to how the provinces are going to shore up their regulations.
Yeah, we have lots to work out still, absolutely, federally and provincially. So let's get to the next big news of the morning. That Starbucks is closing 150 stores in the U.S. and is slowing down its growth. What's happening at this coffee chain?
Yeah, Starbucks is adjusting its expectations for sales. It's closing more than 150 stores in the U.S. That's a market it says is oversaturated, not just by Starbucks locations, but by competition too. It's facing competition even from lower-end stores like McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, selling coffee. Starbucks is feeling that. For the third quarter, it expects global same-store sales to hit about 1%. Less than a year ago, that was at 8%, so that's quite a drop. Now, it does plan on opening new locations just in different markets. It's looking for growth markets, and China has traditionally been one of those locations. But 150 store closures, that's about triple what we usually see from Starbucks. So some adjustments being made by the world's largest coffee chain.
Well, lots of changes coming up there, too. Thank you so much for joining us today. That's Hayley Woodin with Business in Vancouver.